Warm welcome to today's video. I am so excited. We are going to develop currency converter automation project from scratch with a stunning UI. Let me give a quick demo. This is our currency converter app. Looks cool, right? You can select any base country. I am selecting United States of America. You can choose any country from here which you want to see the conversion rate. There are multiple countries listed here. Let me start with Australia and maybe what we choose, anything like Brazil. Okay, and we click on the get currency button, then it will show you that your base country was United States of America, $1 what's the currency conversion rate for Australia dollar, what's the currency conversion rate for the Brazil. You can add more country here. So let me add another two countries like Canada, and let me add India, and click again get currency. Now you see the 4 countries and you are seeing the current real-time rate of currency from internet. Cool, right? So we are going to create this amazing project today from scratch, from beginning. Now why you will watch this video? What is the takeaway for you in this video? We are going to learn that how you can use application programming interface in Python. That concept we are going to learn today. If you are watching this channel for some time, you know I'm very big advocate when you're learning some concept, learning by creating something, creating some project. So we are going to create this project from scratch. So that is the second part. Third one is that we are going to create this stunning UI when you are creating this software. So if you things that is going to give some value of your time, then I request you to watch this video till end. If you like this video, then please hit the like button and share with others. And if you are not member in this channel yet, then please hit the subscribe button to member in this channel, as I upload new videos every week and you will not miss any. Without wasting any more time, let's start our today's video, how we can develop a currency converter app together from scratch. We have created one car converter app.py file, and here we are going to write our code, only one file. And also we have 2 text files in this folder. One is the api.txt where we have the API key. I'm going to explain this, what is API key and how we'll get it. And we have a currency symbol.txt file, and where we have name of the country and what's the ticker value. This is very important. USD, and this is the symbol. In today's project, we are going to use this country name and the ticker value. So America is USD, Argentina is ARS, India is INR, Belgium is EUR, something like that. So these are the different ticker values. Okay, we are going to use that. And I downloaded this from the internet, and I'm going to share this text file with you after this video. So these 2 text file we have, and we have this currency converter app.py, which is going to write our code here. If you remember, when we are showing the demo, we are seeing the currency conversion rate real time from internet, correct? We are using here the API to get the currency rate from internet. API here means, you can think of API is like an application programming interface. Now, if we are to give you a real life example, let's say you want to start your computer, then you hit the power button, or you want to start your fan, then you switch on the fan. So to do something, you are using some interface to interact with that particular thing. In computer programming also, we have application programming interface or API, where we want to request something via API, and in response we get some data, right? We use that data in our application to develop our application. So there are hundreds or thousands of free API website there in internet, but we are going to use the one freecurrencyapi.com. But there are multiple others also. You can use any one. But today I am going to use this one, and I'm going to give the link of this too also in the description box. So you can also do the same step. So what you need to do is you need to go to this website, and then you need to, if you are first time you are going, you need to create a new account there with your email address and the password, and then you will get an email in your inbox. And when you verify the email, then you can get into this particular dashboard. And here 2 things we need. First is this default key. Was saying you need to copy this key from here. Everyone has a unique key, so you also have a unique one. So you copy that, and you have the API key.txt file. You are going to paste here this particular key. Another thing also you need from here is this request URL you are seeing here. This also you need to copy it somewhere, like open a text file for now, paste this particular URL. We are going to use that in our code. Remove this part up to API key equal to. Need this URL up to this API key equal to. I will show you everything in the code. So these two things you need from here. Hope it's clear. We are good to start the coding. Now, if you think that we can divide this video logically two parts. One is, first we are going to develop the API part, that how you can get the currency rate, let's say from the console itself. There will be no UI. And then once that particular thing is complete, then we can create the UI on top of it and integrate it. So let's start first. The major thing is the how you can use this API to get the currency from that particular website. We are going to need few libraries here. So first library, there is a one very elegant but simple library in Python that is called request module. Request library. We are going to use that module here. So you need to import that module to use that, because that does not come as with the default Python installer. And if you do not have it installed, then you just go into the VS Code in the terminal, and with the pip install, you can install that. Pip install request. That's the module name, and hit enter, and it will be installed for you. As I already have it, it's showing the request set already satisfied. That one thing you need. Another two library you need is the Tkinter, because we are going to create the UI. So import Tkinter as TK. As you maybe seen the last 3 videos, we are already using this Tkinter library a lot to develop the UI. Another library we are going to use the TTKBootstrap, and we are importing as a TTKBootstrap as TTK. TTKBootstrap is the wrapper on the Tkinter library. By the way, Tkinter library is a default one. You do not need to install it. But the TTKBootstrap is not a default one. If the TTKBootstrap is not in your system, you need to install with the pip install TTKBootstrap from the command prompt. But TTKBootstrap actually is a wrapper on the Tkinter, which has a good theme, which gives a very professional like user interface for you. Basically, these two libraries we imported specific to UI, and the request module is our module where we use in the Python when you work with the API. As you remember that we already copied our API key in this API key.text, right? So we need to get that into our program, right? For that, to get that API key from the text, let's write a function def get key. We are going to also write our main function. We can start with that, correct? Like if underscore name equal to dot main. You always try to write everything in the main, so that if your code anyone import in their different later point of time in other code, so it will not execute by itself. So that's why it's always good practice. We can call this get key from here. So let's have a constant here, API key equal to, we will call this get key function, right? Let's first develop this particular function. Okay, I can create a API underscore key variable which is blank. We can start with that, and we need to read the text file, right? And text file is in the same folder. You know how to read a text file because I already have a different videos on that, detailed video. If you didn't watch it, I'm going to give the link in the description section. You can always watch that. So with open, you need to give the full path of this API text. So this automation currency converter / API key dot text, correct? And I also need to mention the mode. Here I am using the read mode, right? So R as, and then I need to read it, right? I have that API key variable. Let's store the key there. So k dot read method, correct? I'm going to return the API key. Always when you open a file, always try to read it in the with context, so that it will automatically take care of the closing the file. You do not need to explicitly call the close function. It's always a good practice to use the with context. So this particular method is returning this API key, and I am storing the API key in this API key constant. Now you may ask why I gave the capital case letter, because this is a constant API key. So for you, we have a unique API key. So that's why I put in a constant, and it's a Python naming convention says when you are having something constant, you should put it in the capital letter, naming convention. That's why it's a capital letter API key. Hope till then it's clear. Now I am going to create the base URL. What is base URL? So let's start with creating the base URL variable. If you remember, I have copied this URL, right? From there, we need that. So let's copy this URL. I copied it before and paste it here into quotation mark. And what else I need? I should put as a F string because I need to append this API key with this base URL like this. This is our base URL. I going to need this one. So this is the up to API key, and then I put into the curly braces this API key variable with in the F string. So our base URL also ready. Now I am going to write another method here, which is convert currency. Okay. Now how this request module work here is we need to send our query as a request query parameter in the request module. Let me show you how. Okay, so for that, whatever the query we are going to send to the request module via request module to this free currencyapi.com as a URL. So we need to create the URL. Okay, for it, I am creating a URL variable here, and in the F string, I am going to create my URL here. First part of the URL will be of my base URL, which I have already created here, base URL, correct? And that will be into the curly brace because this is a variable, right? And we are creating in the F string. So that is the curly brace. And then what I will have is, so that means once you have the base URL, then you have the up to API key. Now, whatever you are going to write, whatever the query you are going to send as a URL into the API, you always send with and that query parameter, how you mention the query parameter URL is with the ampersand. Each and every API has a different signature. Now to learn about the signature, you should read the API documentation, but in this case, you do not need to need it because I already read it. So you need to send two parameters here. One is your base currency ticker. Let's say your base currency is United States of America, then you need to send that USD there. And you also need to send that what are the different countries' currency you need. The query parameter name is here base underscore currency. And if you notice, I'm writing in the URL with the ampersand because I said query parameter always write with ampersand, then equal to, and then you need to write your base currency one. So here I am writing curly braces because base will be the variable because it will change, and I need that in my parameter convert currency. So I'm adding there base and currencies. Here base is our base currency and currencies will be what are the different currencies we are looking for the conversion. So for that, the query parameter is currencies, okay, equal to will be our this currencies variable. Let's copy that and paste it. Now for your information, the base currency is something like it goes as a like this format. It looks for as a text, obviously it's look for say USD, this format it looks. And for the currency will be a multiple country can be, right? Let's say you have India currency INR, Canadian currency CAD. It should go like this with the delimiter comma, and there will be no spaces in between. Okay, this is the format we need to use. So whatever the value we are going to pass in this variable, it should be this currency variable, it should be in this format. And for the base, it's a normal USD or INR, whatever your base country it will be. Now, when we are going to call this convert currency method from here to convert it or to create the URL, we need to pass this base one and currencies one. Now, from where you get it? Next question, right? So to answer that, we are going to get it. You remember this particular currency symbol.txt we have created. Here we have the name and the ticker value. When we ran this our program before, that here we are choosing what? We are choosing the country name. And same for this one also. For the currency countries, we are choosing the country names, right? Not the ticker name. That means somehow we need to create a dictionary where we will pass this country name as a key, and then the value will be passed like USD. Because if you remember, I told you that here this base currency should be in the ticker format. For example, the American currency ticker will be USD. So you need to pass the USD here, and this currency is also in the ticker format. Like for India, it will be INR. For Canada, it will be CAD, something like that. So that means we need to convert these things into a dictionary, where dictionary key will be your country name and value will be the ticker. So let's do that. So for that, let me create another function here. You can give any name. I'm giving here, let's say, get symbol. Okay, we're going to read that particular text file. So we know how to do that, correct? Before that, let's create a list temp. Okay, this will be our empty list. You will know why I'm creating it very soon. Now let's open it. Okay, the file, read the file with context. Let's open. Let's copy this same location we have, right? Copy this path here, and the name of this file is the currency symbol.txt. Type it. Okay, and we are going to read it in the read mode as S. Like symbol is S. There are multiple lines, right? So there is a method called read lines. We are going to use that. And what it return is, let me show you. Let me print it for you. You will know. So it is written as a big list, and where each line will be the item for that particular list item. Okay, item for the list. So if I print it for you, you will understand what I'm talking about. And obviously I need to execute this. I need to call this function, right? So get symbol, let's call it, correct? And I need to store this one here, then print it. Okay, now run it. See, it's printed. It's a big list. You see, list end here and start here, and each item, each line item is the one of the items here, right, in the list. Now if you see that what we need, what our end goal is, we need a dictionary here where the key will be country name and the value will be USD, the ticker values, right? Something like that. To do that, what we can do is, if I can, convert each of this particular item in this list as is another list, then that will be helpful, right? Then I can use index value to create the dictionary out of it. Use a list comprehension here. I hope you know what is list comprehension is. If not, I already have a different video for it. I'm going to put the link here in the description box. You can always look into that. Coming back to the code now, I'm going to write a for, let's say, list in list temp. So what I'm telling, that loop in this list, and whatever the item, each item we are going to getting, that is storing in the lst variable. And if you notice that each of these items is, delimiter is the comma. So I can use the split method here, lst.split, where I can mention the delimiter is comma. Then what it will do is, it will make each of these line item in the list as another list. So after do it, if you print it, now let me run it again. You see, now each of the item here converted to a list, correct? Now it's simple, right? You can use a dictionary comprehension. Let's create a variable called ticker. Okay, and we will use a dictionary comprehension here. So again, I am looping that particular list. Again, this list temp, iterator variable ls in lst temp. You can write like this, ls 0. This is your key for the dictionary, colon, and your value will be the third item, that is 0, 1, 2, second index, right? So ls, that's it. Now if you print it, you will get the dictionary. Run it. See, I got the dictionary now. So Argentina, America, USD, Afghanistan, AFN. So country name is the key, and value name is the ticker value, is the value for the dictionary. So I am printing, but actually I need to return this one. When I call this particular get symbol, I need to return this dictionary ticker. I need this one. Very important. Main function, let's store this return value in the dict ticker. So this is good. Now I have the dict ticker, correct? Now if I pass in the base, I am passing with a key, let's say America. Okay, then what actually is going to pass then? It's going to pass the USD. And in currency, Tkinter, I'm going to pass like Canada, China, let's say, pass China. Okay, you can pass as a F string also, correct? Tkinter like this, and then you can put comma, you can pass another country. Let's pass India, China and India. These two countries we want to see the currency conversion. Cool, right? So here the first was your base currency, that is America, it will pass the USD. Here Tkinter, I am calling this China currency, that it will pass, yeah, CNY. Currency ticker is a CNY. And for when I'm passing India as the key value, as the key, then it will pass the INR, right? And so those things will be passed here. We'll start a try block here. How this request model work is, you send this URL like this, request dot get, and in here you pass the URL. The URL is very important. Okay, let me write the except block also. Except exception as E, then print the E. If there any exception comes, then it will print the error here. Why I'm putting in the try block? Because there is a chance that some exception can come, right? So it will be catch. It's a good practice again. So what I'm doing, I create a response variable here. So when I am calling this request module with the get method and I am passing the URL, it will send me a response. It will send me the data as a response, and that I am storing in the response file, correct? Okay, if you understood this, and what we generally do is, when you get the response, when you request the API, and when you get the response from the API, you get it response in the JSON format. Okay, so but to convert the JSON format to a dictionary, there is a method. So let's use that. Let you create a variable currency data. Let's say the variable name. This is our response. There is a method called JSON. I'm going to call that method here. So what it will do is it get the response in JSON format. It convert to a dictionary. Now if you print it, it should work. Print currency data. Let's run it. Okay, before running it, I think I made one mistake. Actually, we should not send it as a F string here because it will be a problem. The format it's looking for, this particular API, and from that particular format. So better it's send as a list here. And what I am going to do is, I am going to make that list convert to the exact format it wants. And that is the comma separated value without any space. So let me write this. Yeah, what I did is currency is equal to, I am just using the join function. The list value I'm getting here, I'm joining with the comma separated value. I'm printing it here base, so you will see that how it's coming. Now let's run it. I think we're good. See, so I am sending the base is the printing base USD, and the comma separated value currency are sending CNY and comma INR, and I'm sending it and I'm getting the value, right? And I'm printing it, the currency. You see, I sent the USD and I got the China exchange rate 7.27, INR also 86.5. We got it, correct? And I'm printing it. Hope this is clear to you. So it was pretty simple till now. So we already developed our currency converter without a UI. So this is our full, currency converter is working without the UI. Now we are going to create the UI, but hope before that, up to this is clear to you. Your currency conversion app is working, but the console base at this point of time. Cool. Let's start the coding the UI now. So now let's write the UI for it. We are going to create a header like this currency converter. Then we are going to create a label, select base country, and then a drop down list where the country name will be populated from this particular dictionary keys basically, right? Country name, that will be populated here. Currency countries, here also again the dictionary keys will be populated, and also we need to have a button also we need to create, and we click on it, it should show the result here. And one thing, if I keep adding more country here and click on it, it keep adding here, right? You need to refresh it. So let's go one by one. Let's start with this label, this drop down list, and then this one label, and here the list box and this particular button. Let's create those. Okay, now if you have seen my previous three videos, I discussed this UI development in very detail. If you didn't see it, I urge you, I request you, please see those videos so you will know how you can create UI in step by step in Python with the TTKBootstrap and Tkinter. But for now, I already have some boilerplate code already written here. Let me quickly explain it to you. Generally, when you create a UI, I divided into 4 sections, right? One is window, then widget, layout, and run. Correct? So in window, giving the name, variable name window, and then ttk.window. What is this ttk? If you remember, we already imported this TTKBootstrap, this particular library as ttk, and Tkinter as a tk. Now you may ask that we already TTKBootstrap is the wrapper on the Tkinter. Then why we need a Tkinter separately? You will come to understand, because ListBox is one of the widget which does not available in the TTKBootstrap. That's why we need to use the Tkinter. But I'm going to explain it to you. But for the time being, we import in the TTKBootstrap as a TTK. So here that's what we're doing, ttk.window, and whenever you creating a TTKBootstrap window, you want to mention the theme name. You can read it. Previously, I mentioned all these things here. There is a TTKBootstrap website is there. If you go there, you see the theme. There are multiple themes are there, and we are going to use the journal today. Okay. So that's what we are going to use. That's why we mentioned the theme name is journal. So you can use different colors like primary. If you mention primary, it will come is this color. If you mention the success, it will be green color. If you mention info, it will be blue color. And there is a one attribute called bool style, that how we mention it. I will show it to you very quickly. So we mention the theme name as a journal. Then we are mentioning the window.title. That is the basic title of your app. And I am given a minimum size. So when the app will open, is always open minimum. This 500 is the width, and height is just 700. And remember, whenever you are mentioning the window size in Tkinter, it's always come as a pixel. But if you are mentioning any size in the widget, then it's come as a, let's say, text area. Then it's come as a character. Okay. So, and then this particular line is very important. The window.main loop, it actually tells that in whatever you mention in between this window.main loop, it will keep it open till you close it. That's why this is a main loop of this particular window, UI window. Now if you run it, it's open this particular app, which is blank now. We're going to put the widget here, but it's already created with the boilerplate code. Hope it's clear to you. Let's create our first widget. So first we are going to create that header label, right? Currency converter in the green color. So we are going to create the widget in this widget section. So our code will be properly divided and it's easy to read. So here the header label, you see, I created a variable here, and then ttk.label. ttk.label, the dot label is the widget here, right? And there, first parameter for any widget will be the master, right? You can mention master equal to, or you can just mention the window here. That also works. But because the first parameter, always you need to mention the where this widget sit. So we want this particular header widget, the label widget will sit in this window. We have to sit here, this particular window. That variable name is the window. That's why it's the master equal to window. The text is the currency converter. That I want to show that is the text, and font is I'm using Vardhana 30 pixel and the bold. Okay, and boot style I'm talking about. This is the success I mentioned when I was showing you the Tkinter, this journal theme. You see the success is the green color. So boot style is the attribute name. When you mention the which particular color you want to show in this theme. So success is the green, label will come as a green color. But if you notice, when I ran it, it's not showing it, because you need to mention the layout manager. Okay, and there are 3 layout manager, as you know, and we already discussed this in pretty detail. Please look into the last two videos. So there we mentioned this layout manager concept a lot. I'm not going to repeat this here because it will take a long time. We already discussed those concepts in those videos. I'm going to give the link here. But layout manager, I always tell that this is your interior decorator. It will tell that how this particular widget will be placed. And there are 3 ways you can place. One is that there are 3 layout manager: grid, that is it will be grid, like grid box, and XY coordinate you need to mention. Another is the pack, another is the place. So I am going to use pack here because pack is a responsive. So when you maximize the window, the still your tool will be look good. So I'm going to use the pack here. So how it do this? So header level, there's a widget, then dot pack. That is the method I'm going to use. Pad y, there is a two parameter like this, attributes like the pad x and pad y. Pad x we mentioned, then it gives the padding in the left and right, and the pad y, when you want to give the padding in the top and bottom. The first one is the top, that is I'm going to 10 pixel, and 20 is the bottom, the 20 pixel. Okay, so that's it. But I am not giving any padding in the left and right. But if you have to give any padding in the left and right, then you need to mention pad x. So like that it works. Now it should show up. See, currency converter is showing up. So you always remember this layout is very important. Otherwise, it will not show up into your window. Perfect. The next one, I'm going to create this particular label, select base country, and this drop down list, that is the combo box, right, is coming side by side. So that means I should need to use a frame here. Now what is frame? Frame is another widget which does not show, but actually we use it to organize the different widgets. So we create a frame widget, and in that frame widget we put the different widget. So if I create a frame widget like this here, I put this widget, this label widget here. After that I can put this combo box widget also. So that's why I need to use a frame. So I already discussed this again, this frame concept in the previous videos. Please look those to understand, get the more details and more depth on it. Okay, very important. So anyway, let's creating it. So first I'm going to create a frame, that frame one, ttk.frame. It's very easy to create a frame. Frame one is my variable. This dot frame is this frame is the widget, frame widget, and I need to mention the master, where the frame will be placed. So here master will be window. After that I'm going to create a label. So B country label is already showed right before that how the label can be created. I'm creating another label, let B country underscore label, that is the variable name. But one thing you need to notice here, what I put the master I put as a frame one, that is this frame I created, this widget. That means I am telling that this particular label put on this particular frame, not the windows. Frame one we put in the windows as a master, so we have to place it in the actual main window. But this particular label I want to put into the inside this particular frame. That's why I give the frame one as a master. Text is the select base country, whatever the text you want to show here. Font is Vardhana, 13 bold, and boost style is info, because we want to give a color like blue. You can give anything, you can give success, you can give primary, whatever you want, but I am giving blue at this point of time. So this is my label. Another is I'm going to create the combo box. So this is another widget called combo box, which gives you the drop down list, right? The combo box list. So B country underscore combo, this is my variable name, ttk.combobox, how I'm creating it. And here for combos also the frame one is the master, because I am also putting this combo box also inside the frame only, right? And boost style is the primary. Perfect. Now it will not show up, right? Because if you do not put into a layout manager, it will not show up. So let me put that. So I'm going to put the frame one as a pack layout manager, and here I am going to give that left and right some padding, and padding 2020, so that it will not go in the huge left and right. It should be some padding in the left and right for this frame. But remember, frame is invisible, you cannot see it. Okay, frame we use to organize the different widget. So I put the frame one in the pack, so that is putting in our main window, and then I am putting the B country label dot pack. This label also I am putting as a pack layout manager. But here is a twist. I am going to use the site attribute here, which actually tells that when you're putting this label as a pack into the frame, you put in the left hand side, and I am putting pad X here, some padding into the left and right, and the left hand side I don't want to put any padding, 0, because nothing in the left, right? So I do not need any padding. But right hand side I am going to put the combo box. That's why I'm putting a padding 10. There will be some spaces in between. That's why I'm putting the pad X 10 here. Okay, perfect. Next one is the B country. This is simple. Next one, our widget B country combo, that I am putting as a pack. So it will be inside this frame. Let's run it. You see, this looks perfect. No value here because I need to put the value. I need to write some code here for that. But it's perfectly came, right? Cool. Now let's have the value there. How to do it? So in the combo box, I created the B country combo. I need to get the list of country value, right? So from where I get the list, I have this Tkinter, right? This particular dictionary already with me. So their keys are the country name. So I need to get the list of that keys. So how to do that? Very easy. I have the Tkinter here. So Tkinter.keys, it will give the list of, it will give me the keys value, right? All the keys here, all the country name here. And I'm passing into the list method. It will convert to that to a list. And I'm storing in the LST country. So that means this LST country variable now have the list of the country, correct? So Tkinter.keys give me the list of countries here. And when I'm passing into the list method, it is convert to a list, and I am storing in the list country, LST country. So I am use this LST country as a values here in this big country combo. Values LST country. Now run it. It should show up. See, all the country names are coming there. Perfect. It's working fine. But one thing, when you select this country, is need to be stored into a variable so that I can pass it, right? So how to do that? Let me show you. Very interesting. Get the value from there. Let's first create some global variable here. Okay. So I am going to create a variable like base and currencies. Two variable I'm going to create. Both are global. Okay. I'm not assigning any value at this point of time. Both are blank variable, but these are global. This one also global variable, and this is Tkinter also global variable. I'm going to use that. And then what I did is I wrote this function get base country. What it does is, so whenever someone select that particular country from that drop down list in the base country drop down list combo box, then it will store those value into this base one. bcountry.combo.get, this is a method. Actually, this .get method, what it does is that bcountry.combo is my variable name for the combo box, right? This one. So when I use the get method on top of it, it will get the value, whatever you select there. And I am passing that value. That value is nothing but our country name, right? Country name is the key of the Tkinter. So what I am doing is that I am passing this value, whatever I'm getting from the combo, that is the country name, as a key from this Tkinter dictionary we created, and it will give me the base country Tkinter value. Let's say the America we selected in the drop down list. When I will pass as a key there, I will get the USD here, and that USD is going to assign in the base variable. Okay. And here I am mentioning the base is a global, because whatever the value is assigned in the base variable, I can use this value from other function also without passing it. So that's why I made it global, and I'm printing it. That's what I'm doing. But it's not done yet. I'm created this particular function. Perfect. This particular function created, but this particular function need to be called for some event, right? Now the event is someone select something in that particular combo box. That is the event. There is no button, right? So to do that, to catch that event, there is a way, and that is very interesting one. There is a called bind, this bind method. So what I'm using this bind method in top of this combo box, and the syntax is very easy. I need to pass this the combo box selected, that actually tell in the bind method that this the combo box is selected. Once it's selected, it will call this get base country, this particular method. When something is be selected, some value will be selected, then this particular method will be executed. And once that method is executed, that method what is doing is it calling .get method on this combo box to get the value whatever is selected, and passing that value, the country name, into this Tkinter, this particular dictionary, and then we are getting the Tkinter value for that particular country. I am assigning to the base variable. And remember that I already mentioned the base variables are global, because whatever is selecting there, it will be stored as a global variable value, so that I can get this value from the other method, other function. Cool, right? So I think it is working. Let's check. So if I select, let's say Argentina, see ARS is printed. Let me select something else. Let me select Belarus. See BOIR is printed. Let me select Belgium. See UR is printed. So perfect. It's working perfect. This particular one. This is done. Let's go to the next one. Next one is I need to create this two widget here. It's a currency countries, that is the label, and also I need to create a list box here. List box is where you can select multiple values. Okay, this is very important, very interesting also. And I need to put in the frame because it is side by side. Let's create the UI first. So let's create the next widget here. Okay, another label, and here also I need to create a list box here. Let's create that. Same way we are going to create, we need to create a frame first. That is, I'm going to create a frame 2 here. I created ttk.frame and master is window. Same drill, nothing to explain here. And then I am creating the label. That is I gave the name C country underscore label. Now C country label is the variable name. You can put any variable name, that doesn't matter. Then label I created, the master is this time is the frame 2, as I did before also, right? So I am putting this label in this particular frame 2. And text the currency countries, and the Vardhana 13 bold, and booster is info. Perfect. Next, I'm going to create the list box. Previously, I created a combo box. Here, I'm creating a list box. And list box is the widget tk.listbox. But one thing you need to notice here, previously when I'm creating all the widget, I am using TTK. Okay, that is, I'm using the TTKBootstrap wrapper here. But here, I'm using TK. TK is nothing but our normal default Tkinter. Why? Because ListBox, this particular widget is not available in the TTKBootstrap. So for that, I am using the TK, that normal Tkinter default, tk.listbox. And again, the same thing, frame master is the frame 2, and select mode is multiple. That means I am telling that it will be, you can select multiple values. Okay, that's the select mode is. But it will not show up. Still, I put it into my layout manager. Let's put that. So first, I'm putting the frame 2.pack, where I'm same exactly like before. Here I'm putting some padding, pad y, in the top and bottom, so that there will be some spaces between these 2 frames. Okay, and then I need to put the country label.pack as the same way before I put the previous label also, side equal to left and pad x 010, and also the country list box in the pack. Now if I run it, it should show up. See, I can see the currency, countries here, this label. I can see the list box, although no values there, but let me put the values now. Okay, so what value I need to put? The same value, right? The list country. But here, a little different way we need to put in the list box. Okay, let me show it to you. So to put value into this list box, we need to use a for loop here. Okay, so I am writing that for value in the list country. You remember the list country I already used, like this list country I created. So I'm using that particular list. I am looping through that particular list, and I am inserting. I am using the insert method. There is an insert method in the list box where it takes 2 parameters. That is that up your tk.end. Basically, you are inserting up to end, and what you are inserting, you are passing that particular value. Each iteration, the value is coming from the list. I am passing that and inserting it there. Okay, and the end of the first, it will insert, there is no value. Then at the end of that first value, it will insert the second value. At the end of the third value, it will insert the third value. Something like that it works. Okay, now if you run it, you should be able to see the value in your list box. Let's run it. List box value came. Perfect, right? And you can select multiple ones, but till not done. If you select it, but it's not actually, storing into a variable. We need to store into a variable, right? So that I can use this value later. So to do that, I need to create a method. Let's do that. Now, where I need to store the value, someone select from the list box. I'm going to store into this particular global variable, currencies. Okay. So let's write the function now. So let's give the name is the get convert underscore country. By the event, if you just notice previously on the base country also I pass a event parameter. And here also I'm passing an event parameter is nothing but whenever you are previously, as you see that when you use the bind, it's automatically pass by default, it pass a argument there. That is the event. So that I am catching here with this particular event parameter. That's why you will see that event here. Hope it's clear to you. So after that, mention that currencies, which is my global variable ticker. So these are the global variables I'm going to use this particular function. So that's why I mentioned these are the global. Then get the selected value from the list box widget. So how to do that? I can do again a list comprehension. I am creating a list here, selected country, whichever the country it will be selected, it will come in as a list. Why I need a for loop? Because each time someone is selected it, then I need to get that with that value with the card selection particular method, and I need to store that method into this country list box. Okay. So whatever the cursor selection it does, from there I am getting that value. For the selection object, I am getting the value in the get method, and I am storing into the list or appending into the list, and that list is the name is the selected country. Perfect. And next what I am doing is then I'm looping this selected country particular list here, the list I created previously. I am looping that list and getting each country from there and passing this country into this dictionary, and I'm creating the list there. And then what I'm doing from the list, I'm using the join method. I'm creating a string for the each of the currency ticker will be separated with a comma without any space between them. Each and every ticker, whichever the country it's selected, each and every ticker will be separated by a comma. Perfect. So till now I think we are good. So end of this one, you will get a currency variable have a value. Let's say someone selected Belgium or someone selected India and China, then it will come as a INR comma CNY. You will get that in the currency list. So you see, I have the base country selected into the base variable, global variable, currency, whoever selected the different currency, conversion currency, country selected, it will store the ticker's value in the currencies variable. As these are global, so we can use this variable from other method or other function also. Hope it's clear. But it's not ended here. Someone selected and I need to call that particular method I created, like get convert country. When someone selected, I'm going to use the bind method for that. Let's do that. Let's write our code so that you can bind the event with this particular list box. Very easy. Like already we use that, right? This bind before in the combo box. Same way we are going to use here also. So this with the list box, we are using the bind method and we are passing this list box select. When someone select this, any item from the list box, we are going to call this get convert country, this particular method. We're going to execute that, and we already wrote that method right together. It is interesting, right? So how we are getting the selection, and then for each selection we are getting it, and we are then getting the value from that object and added as a list, right? And then we are converting it to the country to currency, and then we're joining and getting the exactly the way we want that, same format that we're getting here in the currency. So that is going to happen here. Perfect. So now if you run it, you see you will get this value here when you select it. Perfect. Now what you need, we need a button also, right? Let's create the button. Very easy. In this normal, here I create a button variable, and then I'm using the TTKBootstrap.button, and where the button will put it in the window itself, right? That's why in the master is window. Text of the button, I'm giving the get currency. That will be a button text, that get currency. Bootstylium success -outline. So I already discussed this before. So in the boot style, if you want to put a button, in the like success is the green color, right? The border will be green color. When someone is hover it will be solid green color. Then we will do it like this, success, then -outline. So that is our boot style. And command, I am going to here is the convert currency. Convert currency already we created, right? That particular method. So when someone will click on that button, this convert currency method will be called. Hope up to this is very clear. But your button will not show up because we didn't put into the layout yet. Let's put the layout then. It's easy. Button.pack, and I am going to give some space in top and bottom. So 10 and 20. I think it's perfect now. Now our UI almost created. The base country is there. If I select some base country, it will be stored into a variable base. I'm printing it. And also if I select the currency countries, it's also storing into the currency variables. If you have to print it, I can print it for you and to see how it's coming, just to make sure that it's working fine. Good. I printed it. Let's see if it's coming or not. So I am select a base country, let's say Australia. So this AUD came. Now I'm selecting the currency countries like Argentina, Bahamas, Belgium. You see, for each selection, it's going to the lib and is printing it. So end of the, after I selected what the value I have this value. that I wanted, right? ARISC, comma, BSD and UR. So exactly the way I want that particular value is currency is coming. Perfect. Now I only thing is remaining is I need to pass this value, which I was already doing in the convert currency, right? Like I already passing it, right? Base and currencies. So convert currency, I already calling it. When someone is press the button, the convert currency method function is being called. At convert currency is the base and currencies. Base and currency, I do not need this parameter anymore because now base and currencies both are the global. So I can mention here global base and currencies, right? As soon as I call this with the global keyword, the base and currencies variable, that is whatever is stored into the base variable and the currencies variable will be available to me in this particular function. Comment this line. So this URL already created. So if I comment this line also, print line also, and just print the URL to see if the URL already created fine or not. Okay, and then I will get the data here and I'm printing it. Okay, let's run it and see how it's working. Now it should work. You see, so select base currency, let's say select United States of America. So I got the USD here. See, perfect, it's working. Good. I click Australia and I also select, let's say, Canada. These are the two one I need. Now if I click on the get currency, see, I got the Australia currency converted and printing it here, and Canada also printing it here. Perfect. And I also printed a URL to see it how it's coming. It's coming perfectly fine, right? I am passing this AUD and CAD as the currencies query variable, and USD is the base country, is the ticker as a base country query variable. Okay, I'm passing it and getting the value. Perfect, it's working great. But one thing is still there. I want to show the value here, right? That is not there. We need to write it down and then we are done. So if you see that what we have, if I run my already developed one, that if someone select this one, let's say Australia, and then select some countries like Belgium or Brazil or something and get currency, what is happening? I am showing the result here in below. So one separator is there. In the below the separator, I am showing the base countries Australia, and top I am showing the different countries, the converted currencies like Britain, let's say, and select it and it added here. Like this way I need to show it. So one thing you notice, when I'm clicking on that currency, I need to call a method which will create this UI for me in this portion, right? So we already discussed this concept before, and let's create that particular method. So if you remember from the previous video also, we discussed this concept. If we are loading something without closing the window, UI window, then we call that particular widget from a method. When you're doing some event, here our event is we're clicking the button. So when we clicking the button, I need to load that particular widgets here in this portion, correct? When I click on this get currency, I need to show it here, okay, instead of console. For that, let's write a function, def show results. In this function, what will be the parameter? The parameter will be, I am going to pass from where this function will be called. First of all, the function will be called with this convert currency. So someone in the click on the button, the currency will be converted. Instead of printing here, I am going to call this show result, this particular function, and I'm going to pass this base here, the value, the global variable, and the currency data. These two values I am going to pass it, correct? One thing, if you remember that when I'm showing it, I'm showing it as the country name, right? That, for example, Belgium, I'm not putting the UER. Or India, I am not showing it INR, I am showing the name India. So that means when I will print it, if I'm going to print the key, then that will be for the dictionary, then that will be helpful, right? But to do that, it will be good if we can swap that particular currency data, what I'm getting, and create a dictionary out of it. Let's do that first. What I'm doing here is, now Tkinter, this particular dictionary, has the key was the country name and value is the ticker name. So I am creating a new dictionary from this tick key where the ticker value will be the key and the country name will be the value of the dictionary. Okay, very easy. We are the dictionary comprehension, where is the for loop, k and v. We are using the items method here. Items method is give the tuple of the key and value. K is the key, that is my country name, and v is the value, the ticker value. Now out of it, how I am creating this particular dictionary is I am putting this v as a value, as a key here, and key as a value here. So if I print now swap dictionary, you will see that it's actually created the swapped it. So it will be the dictionary will be like that. USD will be the key and America will be the value. That will be useful. You'll see very soon why I did it. Next, what I'm doing, I'm going to create the widget. So what widget I need? I need a separator. I need a label that which will show the base value, and then I need a for loop which will loop through this currency data and show as a label there. Correct? So it's easy. Let's do that. So first I'm creating a frame here. That is a show frame, and TTK frame is normal and the master will be window. So whatever I'm going to create the next widget, I'll put it in the frame. So that will be easy for me to manage those widgets. That's why I'm creating this frame. Next, what I'm doing, I'm creating a separator. Separator, there is a TTK Bootstrap, there is a separator widget. I'm calling that widget. And where the separator I'll put in the frame. That's why the master is a show frame. Booster is a success because I'm going to create a green color separator, and orient is the one of the attribute for this separator widget. Orient actually tell how the separator will. There are two kind of orientation can happen in a separator. It's a vertical and it's a horizontal. We need a horizontal, so that's why I'm putting the orient equal to horizontal. Hope it's clear. Next, what I'm doing is I'm creating the base country label. So base country label is nothing but this one. So here, if I see that, let's say Australia as a base country, and this like Belgium, Canada as the currency symbol country. Then if I click on the get country, you see this base country is Australia is, printing here. This is the label I'm creating. After that, I will have a for loop and I create these things. Separator already created, correct? So now I'm with this particular label, I'm going to create this one, and then in the for loop, I'll create these labels. Okay, let's do that. So base country label, this is the label I'm creating. The ttk.label, master is a show frame. Text is the base country is, I'm going to show the country name here. That's why I'm not using the dict ticker. Instead of that, I'm using the swap dictionary, which I've created from the dict ticker, and I'm passing the base. Base is the key now. Here, let's say someone selected the United States of America. Then base will be USD. So when I'm passing the base as a key in the swap dictionary, what I will get? I will get the value as a United States of America, right? And boost style is I'm putting success because I want a green color. Okay, font is Vardhana 20. This is perfect. Next one, I need to print those currency data here, right? So let's do that. There will be multiple, values there, right? For that, I need to create a for loop to print it. Let's create that. So what I'm doing is currency data. I already have that. Dot items, that is a dictionary, right? Currency data, how it's stored is come as a dictionary, correct? When it's coming as a dictionary, when I select the items, then I will get the ticker and dot val as a tuple, right? Ticker is the key. The key will be our ticker value. Let's say currency data, I got the INR. So INR will be here, the ticker, and value, let's say 85.6 value. It will come like this. Now I need to create a label, right? So what I'm doing is I'm creating the label. Here where I'm putting the label is the same frame I'm putting, show frame, okay? And now boost style, I'm giving the info. That is, I'm going to show it in a blue color, these labels. This is an interesting one. That's why I create the swap dictionary here. What I'm doing is the ticker value, that is, let's say India INR, I am passing it into this dictionary as a key, swap dictionary as a key, and getting the value. Let's say I'm passing the ticker value is the India INR. So I will get the value India here. That will be printed as a label. Okay. Dot and val is the val. Nothing to do, right? Val is what's the number? Actually 86.5, for example, India. So that will print here. Font I am giving Vardhana 50. Hope it is clear. But do you think it will work? No. Till now I didn't put into the layout manager. I need to put it, right? Let's do that. Layout manager, I'm putting the show frame. This is a pack. Fill both. That means when I say the fill both, that will actually fill the full area, this frame. So whatever the area is there, it will fill the full area. If I just open it, so fill both means the frame will be filled in this full area here. That is a fill both means. Okay, and then I'm going to put the separator after that. So that is the fill x. X means the separator will be, it will fill the full. If we do not put the x, then it will be separated with just very small. But when I put the x, it will put the full frame, whatever the frame I have, that it will put the separator in the full frame on that. And pad y, I'm going to give the space so that it will look better. So that's why I'm in the bottom, I'm going to the 20 pixel space, that way pad y. And then so base country label also I'm putting as a pack, pad y again 20, I'm putting the some space in the bottom as pad y 20. So that's it. I think we're good. I didn't call it the show result yet, right? I created this, but I didn't call it yet. So let's call it show result. What I need to pass here, I need to pass the base, that is base, and obviously I need to pass the currency data. Okay, let's run it. Yep, choose Australia, let's choose Belgium as a country value, and Brazil. See? Perfect, it's coming, right? Brazil and Vatican City, Belgium also came. Base country is Australia. This is working great, but I think there is still a problem is there. You know what the problem is? If you, let's say, put Australia here, select Australia here and select some country like Belgium or some any country, Brazil, and get currency, till now it's working fine. But if you put another country, Canada, if you get currency, see, it's again repeating like this. I don't want, right? I want it is refresh. So let's fix this one. Very easy fix, but interesting one. Let me show it to you. To fix that one, what I can do is, we can, whenever there is some value in this show frame, I need to destroy it when someone click it, and then I click, call this show result. Okay, so let's do that. So what I can do is, I can make the show frame, this particular variable global. By the way, this show frame I already mentioned here, right? Show frame equal to nothing there in the main. What I'm writing here is accessing this show frame as a global variable, and then I'm checking if the show frame has anything. If it is not blank, then I'm destroying the show frame. Once I destroy the show frame, the global show frame is gone. And another thing also I need to do, I need to mention here also this show result also show frame as a global. I think it should work now. Let's right, so let's do a proper test. Okay, and now select, let's say, United States of America as the best country, and Australia is the currency country, and also let's say Brazil. Okay, and Britain. Click on the get country. See, I got the United Kingdom, Brazil, Australia. Up to this till now it's very good. Okay, now select Canada. See, great, it's working fine. Let's say select India. Wow, perfect. So you developed, congratulations to you, because you developed a perfect currency converter with a great UI and it's working great. Many congratulations to you. Hope you learned something today. So how you use the request module to use the API, then how we develop this UI, great looking UI, and how I integrate that, that code with this one, and it's working perfectly fine. So hope you like today's video. If you like it, then please hit the like button and share with others. It means a lot to me. And if you are not member in this channel yet, then please hit the subscribe button and member to this channel, as I upload new videos every week and you will get the notification. So you will not miss any. I know last 2 weeks I could not able to upload videos due to some work pressure, but I'm going to upload new videos from next week regularly. And as you know, we are going to start the object-oriented programming series from the next video. And we are going to develop multiple games once we complete the object-oriented programming concept. Once we learn the OOPS concept properly, and then we are going to practice with the different cool games. Okay, there are a lot of new interesting videos are coming up. So stay tuned. See you to the next video. Till then, happy learning, happy coding. Bye.